Hello everyone, my name is t0zzle, and I am a variety gamer, part-time speedrunner, and I'm going to be running Splatterhouse Wanpaku Grafitti any % category. I first learned this game about a year ago for Niscathlon, and it's a lot of fun, so I hope you'll enjoy it. I will like to give one quick photosensitivity warning because the game does get blinky, especially for the final boss, so you have been warned. Joining me on comms is Hamstring Questionable. How's it going?
Hello. I'm Hamstring Questionable, HQ for short. Do you want to explain the first trick of the game before we even start almost?
Yeah, okay. So the first trick of this game is a very complicated setup since I don't have the nest next to me. HQ is actually standing next to the nest. So what's going to happen is I'm going to hit start. HQ is going to reset the console. I'm going to spam start and hit continue, and that allows us to skip the cutscene that you see happening right now, and we also skip a little wiggle, and HQ will be sure to give you the backstory on the story after we get started. So we're going to get started here in 3, 2, 1, go. Spamming. Okay, we did it.
All right, hello. Welcome to Splatterhouse Wanpaku Grafitti. This is the second Splatterhouse game in the series, first release on home consoles. I'll give you a little bit quick rundown of the story. There's not a lot, like a normal horror movie, but basically the scene opens with our hero Rick here, dead in a grave, and his girlfriend Jennifer crying over his grave. Crash of lightning, Rick is resurrected, everyone's happy, another crash of lightning, and boom, the Pumpkin King comes out, captures Jennifer, and away he takes her, and here we go. So the first thing you'll notice here is that this game is full of pop culture references. It is a parody horror game, and so 5 big points to anyone who can guess what this reference is. Classic 80s stuff.
Yeah, so for this first fight, I'm basically just going to slice down a bunch of super cute, super deformed monsters, and then the boss goes away. Are there any guesses in chat?
Oh, Dave?
Oh, you want to talk about the thingies that are being tossed
Oh,
here?
yeah, what you'll see here is Mr. Dracula. He's throwing what I like to call Dragon Balls. I don't know what they actually are, but they come up a lot in this game. I think they reuse that sprite for some reason, but here are the Dragon Balls. You'll see them quite a few times from other enemies, other bosses. But yeah.
Okay, we're almost done here. We just have to slice down 3 more of these green beasts and wave peace sign goodbye to our thriller Dracula. That was the first mini boss of the game. Moving on.
So as you'll notice, the art style here looks a little bit different than probably the other Splatterhouse games you might be more familiar with. Back in the 80s and early 90s, the super deformed style of these cute little characters with giant heads and small bodies was very popular as a style for video games, especially out of Japan. I believe the name itself, Wanpaku Grafitti, Wanpaku I think translates roughly into English as naughty, and I think that is sort of a reference to the style of the game, naughty graffiti or super deformed style. So yeah, you might see other video games with that SD moniker, and that's usually referring to super deformed, and that's these cute little chibi style characters.
Okay, we're moving on to the boss of the first stage here.
Another reference of a horror movie. Another 5 points to whoever can guess this one.
Oh, get in the right spot. We're gonna go for some corner cheese. No, I missed it. Okay, well, that was anticipated. Okay, get in the corner. Corner cheese! Okay, spam the cheese for corner cheese. Phew. That boss can get a bit hairy if you don't get the head in the corner. Thankfully, we did after the first whiff. Okay.
So one of the things here, or lots of people may not have seen this game or may not have heard of this game, especially in North America. So if you have heard of it, you probably learned about it from a list of obscure games. Again, this was a Japanese-only release, Famicom-only game, at least until I think around 2000. There was a sort of Namco archive release in 2020. So yeah, a lot of people didn't really see this game, but I know it is quite popular as sort of one of those unknown games. Again, this is another horror movie reference, but we kind of went through that one too quickly, so maybe you didn't get it there.
Okay, we're gonna do a little jump here. So by doing a little jump, you actually save some frames because the game actually pops you higher in the air. It's not a lot, but it counts. It's the speed running. So we have entered...
Yep, Stormer, that's right, Poltergeist.
Yeah!
The boss is named Poultrygeist.
That's so good. We are now in the bile sewers. Moving on quickly to the second boss of the game. Oh, you can talk about the pips on the left. Did we talk about the health pips?
Oh yeah, something interesting in this game. It has a kind of a RPG mechanic maybe, or a little level up mechanic. If you have noticed in the top left, there's a counter that goes up. So every time t0zzle fills that up, t0zzle gets an extra pip of health, which is especially nice in marathon runs, but I think in general, t0zzle's going to try and fill that up as much as you can, just to be safe. Now we're on to another boss. This is an interesting one.
Yeah, so I'm doing the safety strap, which is walking through the bile, because this is windy, and when you hit those mice, you actually knock yourself backwards, but by walking through the bile, you can sneak up to the mouse and give it one slice, and it bursts into flames.
You just need to hit it once.
Okay. Third stage coming up. Welcome. Alright.
Well, this is another mechanic we haven't talked about.
Oh, it's coming. That's
you have
okay.
to get an item here. There you go.
The garbage shotgun. You can pick up a shotgun in this game by holding the up button while jumping on a garbage can. You pick up this shotgun a couple of times throughout this run because it's faster, but the reason why you don't use it all the time is because it actually knocks you back, and as you know in a speed run, you want to go forward, so we only use it when it's helpful to us to go faster. And just so you know, shotgun beats flying chainsaw.
Yeah, the shotgun's quite effective for taking out these chainsaws. You can do it without it, of course, but it's a little bit hairier. Now we move on to, I don't know, is this a boss? Mini-boss? I don't really know. This game's confusing for what are bosses. But another movie reference here. One of my favorite movies. Again, another 5 points, if anyone can recognize this one.
Yeah, so this is one of the biggest RNG bosses in the game. There are about 50 of these legally distinct face huggers that fly out at you, and it's random how fast they drop, and the faster they drop, the faster you go. I actually, just before this run, got a 12-second PB in my practice because I got a super fast spider pattern and then the run didn't fall apart. So you're always hoping for fast spiders. I hear they happen on Friday the 13th and Halloween, but, you know, that's just lore.
That's right, NBZ, Alien, you got it. And once these, legally distinct face huggers finish, t0zzle's going to have to concentrate, because this is probably one of the toughest bosses in the game right now. Coming up. Be careful. I'm going to walk over to the edge of the screen. Oh, and done. t0zzle did it. Perfect. First try. Of course, that's a little joke. The boss just ends as soon as you finish with the legally distinct face huggers. Now we're on to the goat. The goat. Who lives in the church. I guess it's a cultist. Just as a note, these little background sprites are some of my favorite in the game. These little stained glass windows. The little hunched over cultists, I guess. I don't know who they are back there, but I do enjoy this little section of the game.
Me too. This boss is hard though, so I'm going to let HQ do the talking, and I'm going to hope for the best.
Yeah, so this boss is the cultist, the goat cultist. The first phase of it is he spawns these little bats with scorpion tails, I guess. And what t0zzle is going to try and do is control this section. Really, it's mainly about staying alive. You can't really speed this up, but it is sort of just trying and staying on top of them without getting overwhelmed on the screen with all of the little bats. And then also eliminating as many as you can before the goat comes out.
Okay, well.
Alright, so we didn't get rid of all the bats. This fight here now is sort of trying to contain this goat. If you get a locked in over on the side here, which t0zzle is doing a great job of, and hitting at a kind of a consistent rhythm. And yeah, perfect. Actually, that fight went quite well.
Considering I had 2 of those bats up, I was very scared, but we held it together. Okay. I don't even know where we're going now. Oh yes, I know where we're going.
If you don't know where we're going, you're in trouble.
I got that, just for safety. Yep. We need a shotgun for this next boss.
Yep. So there's another movie reference here. A very famous movie, another popular one from the 80s.
So the shotgun makes this way easier. If you don't have the shotgun, this fight gets very scary very quickly. So we're picking up the shotgun for this boss. It takes 4 hits instead of 6, I think. But in general, it's just safer and faster. Oh, and this
For
is
all the Goldblum fans.
yeah, and this is the first route diversions you can take, which I'm not going to take. If you go through that open door there, you go to Japan, I think.
I believe so. Yeah, that's another part of this game. We're doing the any percent run. And so then, yeah, there are 2 other extra stages in this game to sort of unlock the, I guess, the good ending. Now we're in a legally distinct camp for youth.
Yeah, this is Camp Diamond Lake,
I believe, yeah, Camp Diamond Lake, not to be confused with another camp.
and those legs were used in later series, like Silent Hill. That's what I'm saying. The Silent Hill legs. Ah! Okay, that's what I get for saying something like that.
Yeah.
Okay, doing a little damage boost. Oh, we can talk about iframes.
Oh, yeah, so the iframes in this game are kind of unique, I suppose. There's other games like that, but not as many. The iframes can be quite a blessing or a curse. There are a few times where we use the iframes to sort of get through certain areas, but also that means that you can't pick up items, you can't hit enemies when you're in iframes as well. So getting iframes at the wrong time can really kind of lock you into place, and you can get bodied by a few enemies. Now we're at the pink, purple sharks. Again, I feel like this is a reference to Friday the 13th, or well, Jaws, of course, as well. Another popular 80s franchise. And yep, we're gonna move on to
Forcula.
Forcula, the marshmallow roaster.
Yeah, he thinks you're a marshmallow, and he really wants to roast marshmallows at this camp, so that's basically what's gonna happen.
And a return of the Dragon Ball.
Ah! I made it. Oh, it was a hard one.
Well, the mechanics on this one, the boss kind of basically spawns randomly around the screen. So if t0zzle is unlucky, they're going to spawn a little bit too far away and be out of range. But hopefully it's close to the center.
Yes!
And yeah, we get through perfect fight, no misses. So that's about as quickly as we can get it done.
That was good. Okay, we're entering the cabins now for the Diamond Lake cabins.
Yeah.
On the way to the Hell House, I think. Well, we're certainly on the way to the Hell House. The red Dragon Balls are back. Ow.
Yeah, more Dragon Balls.
Don't do that. And more deboosts. Okay, just don't want to get hit here, so I'm going to try to tell myself to not go too fast. This is the hardest jump in the game.
Oh yeah, right? Is this room?
Oh, I made it! I made it over. Excellent. No, I didn't make it over that one. That's okay.
That's the easy one.
Oh, by the way, we didn't mention this, but those little candies that I'm picking up, that gives you 1 pip of health back. And there's also delicious burgers, and those give you, I believe, 5 pips back. So the burgers are obviously better. We like the burgers.
Burger time. Your
Burger
favorite.
time. Oh, yeah, jeez. Call back there. Ugh. Oh, see, I didn't get the health because I was in iframes. That's sad. We're going into this next boss kind of low, and I'm a little bit nervous. But we'll do our best. We'll do our best.
Yeah, the next boss is another tricky one to sort of manage and stay on top of. You'll see it here.
It basically has a shield that you have to wait to drop before you can hit it, but it also throws Dragon Balls at you, so then there's Dragon Balls all over the screen, and it can get difficult, so I'm going to try to concentrate.
So, yeah, we've lovingly named this one Tween Wolf. As a werewolf, and a child of a werewolf.
Ah! Ah!
I don't know if this is actually a specific reference or just
It's gotta just be a werewolf, right?
Werewolf in general. Generic horror stuff, yeah.
Hit! Okay, he's dead.
There you go, very good. That was a good fight, actually.
That's one of the
Can you
only...
get this crazy dog head? I don't know what it's
That's
really
the
going on with
werewolf
that.
head.
Yeah, but is that a werewolf thing?
Yes, I guess you're not possessed anymore, so your werewolf spirit, like, departs from your brain, maybe?
Alright, so we're in a new stage here. This one, I feel like is a little bit more platformer than the rest of the game. It has a little bit more verticality, vertical scrolling, up and down. It kind of reminds me of the Contra waterfall stages a little bit, because it moves a lot differently than the rest of the game. But really, there's not a whole lot here other than just sort of getting the jumps correctly, timing them right, and sort of trying to avoid getting knockbacks and taking too much damage so that you're ready for the boss.
Yeah, I think that was pretty good.
Yeah, that was good.
We're on to the Hell House. This is the
Hell
final
House.
stage
This
of
is
the game.
Office of the Pumpkin King.
I almost called him Pumpkin Lord. Okay. And we're coming up upon the second route divergence if you were doing the I guess, good ending?
Yeah, so
This
in
door.
here you can go through that door. It takes you to another stage. Here we have to wait for the cultists to throw us in the hole. You can get grabbed quite a bit earlier, but it's faster, obviously, to walk all the way to the end because he moves quite slowly once he's grabbed you.
We got a difficult chainsaw fight coming up since I don't have the shotgun. Ah! Okay, well, that's fine. Oh, come back.
Return of the chainsaws. This time, yeah, no shotgun, so it's a little bit more difficult to deal with. I think ideally, at the beginning, we would have kind of lined them up together
And swipe them in
then
one
you
foul
kill
swoop.
Both chainsaws at one swing.
A double chainsaw swipe, if you will.
I guess another thing, maybe you noticed in watching it. Oh, here's the clocks. These are very annoying. So we'll wait here. Okay, yeah, good.
Yeah, I'm stressed.
So in here, if you get knocked into these pits, you actually have
Let me
to...
through! Let me through! Okay.
You basically have to replay the whole level. It knocks you down to the back to the bottom, and you have to come back up. A little note here: that other door right there is a washroom. I don't really know why you can go in there. There's a toilet monster you have to fight. It doesn't do anything, but it is there, and it's kind of fun, I suppose.
I love that room.
Cleaning the washroom.
It's my favorite room in the game that we never see. It's completely pointless and amazing.
These are the little stream guys. We saw them once earlier, but this room can get quite bad. They can body you around, but actually t0zzle go through it real clean.
And we're gonna drink some cola.
We're gonna drink safety cola, and we're on to the final boss. So I'll explain the final boss. It's a very long fight.
So long. Most hits ever. Totally count them
it
out.
takes 16 hits, and you don't want to miss. So what I'm going to do, and hopefully someone will match me out there, is I'm going to donate $2 for every axe swing we get. So that's 1. Let's keep track. But again, this is a very flashy fight. 2. Yeah, if that's a problem, I guess look away for the next 25 minutes. 3. But it's just this over and over again 16 times, basically.
And it's RNG where the pumpkin head
4.
goes, so you can't like plan your hits, so you have to just like be super frosty. And let me tell you, being super frosty
5.
for 16 hits is an absolute nightmare.
Especially on PB face.
Yeah.
It's real nerve-wracking.
It gets in your head.
6.
Thankfully the PB's out, so we don't have to worry about it. Okay. And
7.
Okay. Dodging.
8.
Whoa! I do that every time I get to 8.
9.
Getting there. After this boss dies, it gets even blinkier, just to warn you.
10.
6 more.
11.
Do.
12.
Ooh, almost got hit. 4 more. I'm just saying it to keep myself frosty.
Lucky 13.
I was like, what's Lucky 13? Oh, yes, 13 hits, right. 16 hit boss. Oh, no!
14. 15. Okay, so
You got an extra swing in
an
there.
extra swing there, an extra $2 for charity.
Extra charity swing.
16.
Hopefully one more, we'll see.
Hopefully one more. Hopefully for my wallet, only one more.
Okay,
Perfect.
so
16.
time is coming up when Rick disappears and Jennifer comes on the screen crying. It takes like 10 more seconds.
Here's the blinkiness.
So blinky. Okay. And... Cut! That is Splatterhouse, Wanpaku Grafitti, any percent. Thank you so much for having us on, Kat and Dave. I'm really happy to be able to show this game off, and I hope you enjoyed it. And let's raise some money for CASP. So you're donating how much HQ?
17 hits. Right?
Yeah.
17 swings. So that's I can't do math.
34?
$34.
Okay, I'll match the $34. So thank you, everyone. I can see everyone in chat for the GGs. I appreciate you all. Looking forward to seeing the rest of the runs for today. So thank you again, and take care.
Thanks Dave. Thanks Kat. And yeah, keep raising money for Canadian Association.